Tonight is a particular honor for me because, let's face it,
My election symbolizes some progress, at least within the...
not giving us a lecture, but engaging us in a conversation.
He wasn't born into wealth. He didn't carry a famous last name. He wasn't handed power. He had to earn it. From a biracial kid growing up in Hawaii and Indonesia to a young community organizer on the streets of Chicago, Barack Obama's path to the presidency was anything but predictable. But it was this winding, complex journey that shaped the calm, sharp, and relentless leader who would go on to make history as the first black president of the United States. Before we unpack Barack Obama's powerful story, from his early struggles to the moment he stood in front of the world and took the oath of office, take a second to subscribe. If you're into real stories that go deeper than the headlines, this channel is where history gets personal. Barack Hussein Obama II was born on August 4, 1961 in Honolulu, Hawaii. His mother, Ann Dunham, was a white American from Kansas. His father, Barack Obama Sr., was a Kenyan student studying economics. The marriage didn't last. His father left when Barack was just a toddler. He would only see him once more in his life. So from an early age, Obama was learning what absence felt like and what it meant to build identity without a blueprint. His childhood was unconventional. He spent 4 years living in Indonesia after his mother remarried, attending local schools and experiencing life in a developing country. Then he returned to Hawaii, raised mostly by his grandparents and enrolled in the elite Punahou school. It was a culture clash. Obama often felt out of place, navigating between his black identity, white family, and international background. These early years planted the seeds of the reflective, bridge-building style that would define his leadership. After high school, he moved to Los Angeles to attend Occidental College, then transferred to Columbia University in New York City. He graduated in 1983 with a degree in political science and spent a few years working in the private sector. But the corporate life didn't stick. He felt something missing. That something took him to Chicago in 1985. Obama became a community organizer on the city's south side, working with churches to help residents deal with unemployment, housing issues, and broken schools. It was hard work with slow wins, but it grounded him. He saw how policy shaped people's lives, and more importantly, he saw the limitations of trying to change the system from the outside. In 1988, he took the next step, Harvard Law School. There, he made national headlines as the first black president of the Harvard Law Review. It was a prestigious title, but Obama used it to open doors, not for fame, but for impact. After graduating, he returned to Chicago. He could have joined any high-powered law firm, but instead he became a civil rights lawyer and taught constitutional law at the University of Chicago. He wasn't chasing status, he was studying power. By 1996, he entered politics, winning a seat in the Illinois State Senate. Obama was methodical, often choosing long-term results over flashy moments. He built a reputation for working across party lines, but also for staying cool under pressure. It wasn't glamorous, but it was the foundation. And in politics, the foundation is everything. His national breakthrough came in 2004. Obama ran for U.S. Senate and was invited to deliver the keynote speech at the Democratic National Convention. That speech changed everything. With just one address, he went from state politician to rising star. His message of unity: we are not a collection of red states and blue states. We are the United States of America, hit a nerve in a divided country. He won his Senate race by a landslide and stepped onto the national stage with speed and force. In Washington, he made headlines for his intelligence, calm demeanor, and sharp questioning. But he didn't settle in. He had his eyes on something bigger. In 2007, he announced his campaign for president. Many thought it was too soon. He was a junior senator up against Hillary Clinton, a political heavyweight. But Obama's campaign was different. It was powered by hope, driven by grassroots energy, and fueled by a message people wanted to believe in. The 2008 Democratic primary was long and intense, but Obama pulled ahead. When he secured the nomination, it was historic. But the general election was an even bigger mountain. He faced Republican war hero John McCain during a time of economic collapse and global instability. Obama promised change. He promised steadiness, and Americans were listening. On November 4, 2008, Barack Obama was elected President of the United States. The moment wasn't just political, it was cultural. Millions watched as he gave his victory speech in Chicago, standing in front of a crowd that reflected every corner of the country. He wasn't just making history, he was rewriting what leadership in America could look like. Obama's journey from boyhood in Hawaii and Jakarta to a cramped office on the south side of Chicago to the Oval Office wasn't a straight line. It was full of doubt, setbacks, identity struggles, and hard decisions. But through all of it, he kept moving forward, and that's what made him a leader. If you found this story worth your time, don't forget to like, subscribe.